And good Thursday Eve, or as we like to think of it, Friday Eve, actually. Good Thursday. It's just too darn early. I haven't had enough coffee yet. Anyway, we're having all kinds of fun here this morning at the KRIM studios. We're up to 46 degrees, and it's not going to get a bunch warmer than that today. And we'll tell you more about weather here coming up in just a little bit. But right now, time for Community Spotlight on KRIM. And with us in the studio today, from the Rim Country Regional Chamber of Commerce, we have board member Sean Dugan and also Maya Cressman with us this morning. And first of all, how are y'all doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
Yes, good morning, Rim Country.
And we're going to find out more of why Sean is saying fantastic
Yes.
in just a little bit here. Of course, now we also we have a lot of things to cover today.
We do, actually. I hope we can fit it all.
So let's just get right to it. Now, first of all, you had which one of these topics do you want to start with first? Because they're all pretty meaty.
Let's start with the Christmas luncheon. That's the
there you go.
soonest thing to
All right,
occur.
put a little ho 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 in this.
Yes, let's
Okay.
do that. Let's kick off with some
And that's-
Christmas cheer.
and that's happening tomorrow.
No,
No.
not tomorrow. Next Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So it'll be next Tuesday, December 14th at 11:30 at the Mademoiselle Hotel and Casino, our amazing Diamond members. And yes, I have notes for those that are watching on Facebook. I absolutely have to, because there's a lot of information that I want to go over and I don't want to forget anybody. So the board had decided that we wanted to do something nice and thank our members for their continued support for the many, many years that they've been members and all through COVID. So they had decided that before I came, and when they told me about it, I said, heck yes, let's do it. So
Oh, very cool.
what we're doing is every member is getting 2 complimentary tickets to attend the luncheon.
Nice.
Yes, so we're at about 150 people, so it's going to be a packed house. This will be very different from our normal luncheons. We will not have a speaker. What we'll actually be doing is having the Rim Country Middle School handbells.
Wow.
They'll be performing at the leadership of Beth Christensen, so we're very excited to have them there. And then we're also going to...
Wait, there's more.
But wait, there is definitely more. We're going to have the Pace and Choral Society there, singing some Christmas music as well.
Oh, wow.
So
all kinds of ho ho ho.
yeah, we're hoping the Pace and High School Brass Quartet will be able to attend, but I haven't gotten like 100% confirmation yet. So again, we just wanted to thank our members for their continued support for the time that they've been with us.
Well, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And it's important too, because this is going to be an event where there's a full house. You know, for the last year and a half, we haven't been able to have the networking events that we normally have where everybody that's kind of important and trying to be important and trying to learn about the towns all in one space. This is the first one in
Yep.
a year and 9 months.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to having people at this one and saying thanks.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, and just an FYI for members moving forward and potential new members, we are actually going to go back to just the luncheons that will be in that main room at the casino.
Right.
Yeah.
And that'll be starting this next month?
Yep.
Outstanding.
Yep. In January, and we're going to actually have MHA there to tell us all about the Granite Hills Park, and they were here yesterday.
Boy, and they've been busy.
Yes.
They
Boy, have
just went through a list of everything they've been working on this last year, and until you see the whole list, it's like you don't really realize, man, they're busy.
Yeah, absolutely,
stuff.
and we're proud to have them as members as well at
Yeah.
the Chamber of Commerce. So we're very excited to have them come speak at the January luncheon. So
Very cool. Very cool.
yeah. Well, also
But
at
wait,
the
there's more. There you go.
at this luncheon, we will also be introducing our new board of directors.
New board of directors. Are we going to announce them? You're not going to announce them today, though.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are.
Yes, I am.
Our
Because
expanded
yes,
board.
And then we'll also talk about why Sean's got this big smile on his face.
yeah, but it makes me unhappy. I'm very, very sad about the situation. But you can go ahead and say,
After 6 years on the board, I am termed out. I can no longer serve on the board.
Right.
I'm a past president. I've built a lot of my life. You know, we talked about this earlier, Randy. Once you're on those boards, they become part of your life. I mean,
Yes.
they really dominate it.
Yeah.
So while I'm sad to go, the idea with 2 different businesses I'm running, kind of 3, to have a little extra time. And I'm still on 2 other boards, so it's not like I'm
Wow.
stepping away from the community, but just not having to do this quite as much because our board is active. If you're
Yes.
on that board, it's not there to be a placeholder. You're supposed to do stuff. So
Right.
it will be nice to have a little
And
time
it
off.
is a time-consuming, bunch of stuff, and so now you might have some free time.
Exactly.
But he's still
Whatever.
gonna come to our events.
But still come to events, exactly.
See how she just keeps digging in there like that?
Oh, she never stops. That's why we love her. She never stops.
Nothing
He
wrong
has
with
an open invitation for the rest of his life to come to chamber events because he's such a huge help and he's done so much. I mean, he was president during the whole COVID thing, and when I resigned, and then having Brenda come on and that transition. So yeah, he's done so much and supported both of us,
It's
Brenda and I.
a pretty, I don't want to say, I guess with COVID and everything, I guess you could say tumultuous last few years. That I mean, you were in there at a rough time.
Okay, you know, I don't want to take up too much time, but I want to mention that I always will remember March 19th because that was the day that the mayor and I and the police chief and the fire chief and Sheila DeChef sat in a room and because I talked to, I think you, and said, hey, we're going to maybe shut down the chamber. What do you think? They said, well, come into this meeting. And it was,
We have,
wait, I didn't know about this. What?
yeah, you didn't?
That's exciting.
I
Yeah.
sure it.
I probably toned out at some point when you said that part, but that's fantastic.
See this, he's been tuning out. He's like,
That's what happens to board members after a while.
yeah, I know, right? I just do what I want. No, I'm just kidding. But we have cool raffle prizes from Powell Place, Razor Thin Media, Simply Savvy Tech Solutions, My Imago Day, Bruzy Vineyard, Chevron Rim Liquor. Tell them about that prize that you're putting in.
Well, it's a $259 full package in our car wash, full service
Oh, wow.
package. So they'll not only hand wash it, they will vacuum it out, they will shampoo everything inside, and then they will buff and wax it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a $259 package.
That's
So
a
it'll be
good
nice for
job.
somebody.
Wow.
Heck yeah. And if you win it and maybe you don't want to use it, you could gift it to somebody.
Oh, it is Christmas
Like
time.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or me. And then we have some gift cards from El Rancho as well. So
Cool.
just so everybody knows, when you come in, it'll be $5 a ticket, or you can get 5 tickets for $20. So
I like it.
yeah,
And so a chance to maybe walk out of there with a bunch more.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
And then Tina was nice enough. She's working diligently, her and Tegan, making stemless wine glasses, and she's putting glitter on the bottom part of it.
Right.
And so everybody that comes is gonna get one of those.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
So
have a little
everybody gets
keepsake.
something.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, the chamber, there's always something going on, especially since you've been in there, because as Sean, alluded to, you definitely have the right level of energy for this job.
Thank you. Thank you.
So things going well?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're very excited for 2022. We have some cool events coming up. Can I talk about this?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So we have our bowling league in. We were talking about that earlier.
The Chamber of Commerce Bowling League.
Yeah, yeah.
What a cool idea.
It is a cool idea, and I have to give kudos to Ryan Kozart with Tech Security. He's the one that came up with it. So this will be our 3rd year doing it. It's a great way to network. It starts January 14th. It will be every Friday for 8 weeks at 5:30 p.m. And then you usually want to have a team of 2 to 4 people, but it's only $15 per person. That gets you bowling shoes and 3 games and a beverage of your choice.
Wow, even a beverage.
Yeah.
And, the other cool thing is that, by making your way through the season each week, you are sitting in front of another business, a group of people in Payson that, who knows what kind of, interesting things you could cook up just by having fun chatting while you're, trying to annihilate the other way
Yeah.
of bowling. 'Cause I know, I don't care what bowling league it is, there's always a few people that must win.
Oh yeah, oh, absolutely. And everybody wins money at the end, which is pretty cool. So every week we sell 50-50 tickets. So each night somebody wins the 50% of the pot. The other 50% goes into a big pot. And then at the end of those 8 weeks, based on your placement for your team, first, second, third, whatever, you win money back. So one year the town won over $300. I mean, town staff, not
Right.
like town of Payson. And then Heather with Iron Horse, they won like $3. So,
Oh, wow. It's a bit of a contrast.
and you don't have to be good at bowling because Heather's not good. Like her ball usually
Well,
goes
it's
a
a
couple lanes
handicap
over.
seat, right?
She won $3 in a year of presidency of the chamber.
No, that was a real.
Sounds more like an affliction. No, but that's interesting, and it is interesting. This is a handicap league.
Yeah,
So-
I think.
So
I don't know anything about bowling.
So okay, well, it makes it so that people that don't bowl well can compete.
Yes, thank you.
And
Yes.
that's the way to have it. And it
Okay.
makes sense.
You know bowling. You should come. Bowling Stones.
I know bowling. That's why I don't go. No. Actually, we did that for years up here, and I miss that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in Payson at night that much anymore because we moved down to Tonto Basin. But and I get up so darn early that the idea of staying out late in the evening, that was a lot easier when I was a younger guy.
Yeah, I know. But it is fun.
Oh yeah, bowling is a
Great
whole
way to
lot of
meet
fun.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so gosh, all kinds of things going on at the Rim Country Regional Chamber of Commerce. Now, and you've been back in for how long now, Maya?
A month? Maybe? Maybe a
2.5
month and a half.
months.
A
Time
couple
is
months.
flying by, I tell you.
And you had left previously because you were having a baby.
Yeah, my
And-
little Mazurek, he's watching.
And you've had your baby,
Yes.
and you're back at the chamber,
Yep.
which means
I couldn't stay away.
you're not sleeping at all anymore.
No,
You're
I
giving it
don't.
up completely.
Yeah, and I was telling you earlier, I'm also at Chaparral Pines doing their merchandising. We have a huge event tomorrow. It's our Christmas extravaganza. Been going on for years and years and years, and we have local vendors come in and sell their products. We have ornaments, Kendra's Country Bakery's coming with do-it-yourself cookie kits. Like, it's a really cool event. So yeah, I'm
Nice.
a little busy.
Cool. Yeah, a little busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take a deep breath.
Yeah. And of course, Ashland, our intern, is here. And Ashland, first of all, do you bowl at all?
Well, I went bowling. I think maybe a few weeks ago with a few of my friends, and I placed last because I do not have very well hand-eye coordination.
No, what you're supposed to say is you wanted to make sure that your friends felt, enriched and fulfilled, and so
Empowered.
Oh, they definitely did.
you allowed
Yeah.
them to.
Oh,
You allowed them to win, yeah.
It's-
This time.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
yes.
No, but it's all cool. Now the chamber, though, you've been picking up membership too, haven't you?
Yeah, and renewals as well. So that's
Mhm.
good. Our past members are staying with us and supporting us, and then we are definitely inviting businesses, or we actually have a new program called Friends of the Chamber, which Brenda had implemented when she was there. And I think it's a great idea. It's anybody who may not have a business or may not be part of a nonprofit and just wants to support the chamber and come to our events. So
Right.
yeah, it's
I
only
love that.
$100 for the year.
Well, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
I just remember, our family's had a couple of different businesses in Payson here over the years,
Yes, sir.
and the benefits of being a chamber member were always right there. I mean, it was bringing traffic in our business, and I mean, you need to have that networking with the other business people around, but the chamber itself provides some great benefits.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you saying that, Randy, very much, because we do have our monthly luncheon and a variety of different events that we will do throughout the year. I definitely encourage people who are interested in becoming a member to check out our website, rimcountrychamber.com. We also put all of our events on rimcountry.com/event calendar, but also on Facebook. So definitely look us up in either of those locations or both.
Social media these days, everybody's there, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll
Yes, sir.
just tell you a real quick anecdote. In one of my business, Dump and Clean, I have a guy that works for me. He's my main heavy equipment operator. And he used to own a painting business up here, and he kept it going for a couple of years. And he had trouble getting business, and eventually it shut down. He works for me now, and he worked for me when I started this new business. He saw all the business I got from my connections with the chamber. He said, if I had to do anything over again after watching you, I would join the chamber and use that networking. So the chamber's there. A lot of people ask, what do you do ads for? There's some of that. There's a little
Yeah.
bit of that.
Yeah.
But the main thing is the networking events, and you have to go to them. But if you do, especially if you're a new business, I can't stress enough what a difference it makes.
Well, there's not too many situations out there that exemplify the idea of you get out of it what you put into it. And
Amen.
Exactly right.
And that's
Yeah.
really what's happening.
Yes.
So that's good stuff. Excuse
And
me.
I always encourage businesses too. They're like, it's really hard for me to get ready for the luncheons or what have you, because it's the middle of the day and, my business is busy. But I encourage you, you could really, in those hour or two that you spend networking, you could gain a new client, a forever friend, something like that. So you gain those connections, and that's what we're here for, is to connect people.
And you have different, all kinds of different informational things throughout the year, and,
Yes,
and
sir.
there's just a lot of reasons why being a member of the chamber makes sense.
Yeah, we do our absolute best to help any member. We have members from a wide variety of places and have all kinds of different needs. So we definitely want to hear from you and what you're seeking, and we can definitely try to make it happen.
There is, because there's a connection there. Maya in her position knows just about everybody. So it is a resource that you can call if you want to know about things that are happening in the community. We're a resource for that. And
Yeah.
a lot of things that people don't see behind the scenes, there's a lot of time spent with different business groups and with the counties and different job corps
Yes,
and
sir.
different things like that we're doing, sending information back to them, sitting in these meetings. So I know you don't see everything, but believe it or not, we are sending that information along and receiving information from other entities out there besides just doing these networking events.
Makes sense, makes sense. The, and you've been on the board now for 6 years, you said, right?
Correct.
And what first got you, Sean, interested in going to the chamber? I mean, I know the answer to this,
Well,
but
the first thing I did when I started in the business was actually because I had a business. I knew to join the chamber. I grew up outside of Buckeye. I say Buckeye, sort of like I live in Geisela now, but I tell people Payson.
Yeah.
It was the same thing then. The Chamber of Commerce in Buckeye was a very important thing, so I naturally joined it. Now, being on the board, I credit one guy, and it's a guy that I think has done a lot for a lot of people up here, is Bobby Davis.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Bobby Davis was the first person to suggest to me that, hey, you might want to think about this. So,
Thank you, Bobby.
yeah, thank you, Bobby.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense. The other thing that's kind of interesting, if you're not real familiar with the Chamber of Commerce, is that there's different levels of membership.
Yes, sir.
And whether you're even a business that's a home-based business where you're functioning out of your home, up to whatever other
Diamond members.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you've got something for everybody.
We do, absolutely. A home-based business is only $150 for the year, and then it bumps up to a bronze membership, which is $250, but that's more your brick and mortar type buildings, your
Right.
membership. So yeah.
Right. And plenty of benefit for that kind of money too. I mean, just if nothing else, just showing up to the events and doing the elbow rubbing is well, it's what it's all about.
Well, and you think about the advertising that you do, either it be in the newspaper or you buy ads in Google or what have you. I think you really get a good bang for your buck because it's a year's worth, and a lot of times you're going to spend $250 on an ad for a week.
Right.
Well, and
So
especially as things are ramping up now, we're having more events. It makes sense to even be higher levels. Like I'm a platinum member on one, I think a silver on the other. When the advertising starts going on these events, those members get advertising too that's
Yeah.
associated with that. So depending on what you're trying to do, it makes sense to keep moving up the levels. It was a little tougher, I gotta admit, during the pandemic,
Yeah.
because so much is tied into the extra advertising that goes
Well,
with
we
it.
were all going through that together. I mean, it was
Oh, everybody, yeah.
and that's and it still is for some. And of course, it's anyone's guess as to what the next week's variant will be named.
I know.
But, we'll talk about that next week. Anyway, I'm not too worried about it. But the Chamber of Commerce, great resource for getting information, great resource for doing your networking, and how are things going down at the. You've got the visitor center open now, where people can actually
Yes,
walk
sir.
inside and all of that pre-pandemic stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Juanita Strader, who's actually Andy's wife, is running the visitor center, and she's doing an amazing job. And we still have some volunteers there who just love to serve the community and love to help people from all over the world. I mean, I have a world map in there, and people can put a pin where they're from. I mean, we have people from Africa, from
Yeah.
Europe, everywhere, all over the world. So
And people would be surprised how where our traffic comes to Payson.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
interesting. Well, keep up the great work.
Thank
and,
you.
And let us know
Okay.
what else we can do to help get the word out. And we look forward to hopefully now moving into 2022, a little, let's say post-pandemic, hopefully.
Yes.
And we can move past all this other
Some
nonsense.
normalcy, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever normal is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our normal.
Yeah. Now, if people want to find out more about becoming a member of the Chamber, what should they do?
Yes, sir. You can absolutely check out our webpage, the rimcountrychamber.com. You can also give me a call or a text. It's 928-978-0490. Or you can email me at maya@rimcountrychamber.com. Maya is the tricky part. That is M-A-I-A.
MAI.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, as far as the Chamber Visitor Center itself, what are the hours down there right now?
So we are open Monday through Friday from 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 1. Saturday is just a little bit earlier because usually in the winter it slows down a bit.
Right.
So
Yeah, but and then that on Saturday, so you got the tourist trade coming through Payson and that type of thing.
Most people are
Yes.
done looking by 1
yeah, they're
o'clock.
done
Yeah.
for sure. Mhm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
And of course, as we mentioned, there's always plenty of room for more members.
We would love to have you.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good benefit to that, so keep that in mind. Anyway, check out that you can. The main number for the chamber down there is still 4515.
Yes, sir.
That's 474
Nice.
4515. I remember that from back when we only had to dial 4 numbers.
Yeah, right.
Everybody was 474.
Wasn't that nice?
That goes back a ways.
Now we have to include the area code.
Yeah, I know.
And you're like, seriously?
Yeah, next year will be the country code, and the planet code after that. Anyway, that's all the time we have this morning for Community Spotlight on KRIM. We appreciate the Chamber of Commerce coming in and sharing a little bit with us. We're going to get you back to more of your favorite music. Have some tunes coming up from Stevie Nicks, Argent, Boston, and a whole bunch more. But right now, a look at Rim Country weather.
Randy, you're always so great. You're like, just a natural. I know you've been doing it
It's,
for a long time.
it's almost like you've been doing this before.
Yeah.
I've played this game once or twice.
16 years?
DJ Tammy did it last time and she did